Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space where we discuss everything relationship. And I'm your host, Franca. On the show tonight. Okay, so this is like our last week of the show for the month, and I keep having the same set of people. They're blood, but you know the kind of blood when they press you. Michelle and Tommy, they're on the show with me today, and they're going to be like that all through the week. I'm sure everybody knows you guys on the show right now. Where you say you don't work again?
Jet Life Aviation. Yeah.
This one is my PA. Tommy is my PA. So today we're going to
Accountant. Voila.
So on the show today we'll be discussing partnerships and how to share responsibilities as partners. And yesterday we had a lawyer on the show, and we kind of discussed separation and divorce. And from the stories that he shared, most of the things that break up marriages is being able to communicate and know how much each person is supposed to bring into a relationship. That's sharing of responsibilities and knowing what the limit anybody can take or your partner can take. And I think it helps in every relationship. That's why I said we'll discuss that today. And even the lawyer said that divorce is not, do you understand, the way out most times, that is not even greener on the other side. That it's better to deal with what you already know than the devil you don't know. So we're going to be discussing certain things today on how to help people navigate, sharing of responsibilities, dealing with difficulties at home and those sort of things. But before we do that, should we go on a break? Let's quickly go on a break and we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Heartlines would be right back. Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
Please note that you can share your story with us via our WhatsApp number 08190384663 or join us live on the conversation by calling our number 07025007749 or 07014242420. My people.
Yo.
Welcome. Tommy, you have become a counselor over the last 1 month. Now just say you never write exam.
Especially, I mean, only write exam.
I
don't experience.
You don't experience them. You don't know everything.
So I don't know everything. We still keep learning every day.
Okay, but I don't know if you watched the show yesterday with the lawyer. Okay. So, like I said before we went on the break, we had a conversation, and we shed a lot of light into the legal aspect of divorce. And from the guy's conversation, we just realized that it's not an easy deal. Like, in fact, it's not something you wish your enemy. It's a lot of work. In fact, the guy called, I spoke to the lawyer today, and he shared the story with me, and he said that what we discussed yesterday happened in court today.
Wow.
And I asked him, what happened? And he was like, this couple, they already agreed to go their separate ways. And they had said, they are even living apart. Like, they've lived apart for a year. So they were supposed to just take it to court, and then for the court to grant, the divorce.
To legalize it.
To legalize it. And then all of a sudden, the woman says, oh, no.
Don't win again.
She's not agreeing to the divorce anymore. And then, when they got to court now, you're already living apart.
Who pushed for divorce initially?
I didn't even ask, but you're already living apart. You already said you want it. And guess what? That the judge, a very respectable judge, was like, the woman said she don't want the divorce again. They practically forced the guy to go back home and live with his wife. I think there's this thing that before you get divorced, you need to stay compulsorily
2 years.
Together. No, not separate. To live together, to be sure that you guys are no longer able to accommodate each other. Yes. So the guy has to go back. And I was like, for real? He said yes. Yes.
Because what if in 2 years they actually work out their differences and they're happier than they ever were?
So really, sometimes divorce, if we have good lawyers, who are able to educate people more, I don't think we'll see a lot of divorces, because you find out that most of the time why we have divorce issues because one person is selfish or one person doesn't understand
The next person.
or what's going on. So communication.
Very key.
And then during communication, if you're able to say, you know what, this is what the problem is. Maybe we're not able to share responsibilities. Maybe you're doing something you're not comfortable with, or you're tired, it's draining. You know, sometimes you're doing something and it's draining and you're not able to speak out. Instead, you're just angry about something that is not even enough for you to be angry about.
And you keep piling up.
Keep piling up, just piling up, just piling up. Trust me, by the time you say that thing and it's out there, and the other party is like, oh, now that it's like this again, let me chill, let me not. You find out that life is easy. Mm-hmm. So, Tommy, back to you. As a married couple, as a married man, how do you share your responsibilities at home? How do you navigate it? Is everything on you? When I mean everything, not necessarily just finance, house. I know you cook, you know, but things like that. How do you navigate it? I know your wife is busy. You're equally busy. So how do you navigate it so that it doesn't cause problems? You know, and I know you like food.
Thank God you said, you know, I can cook.
I know you can cook, yes.
Yeah, so let me pick it up from the cooking part.
Okay.
Well, may God bless everybody.
Amen.
You know, it makes life easier. So from my point of view, what I've done is agreed with my wife is to get a chef who lives in, cooks for the family. You know, but over time, we've also discovered that we don't necessarily even need a chef. We can get someone who comes in, cook in bulk, and then all we have to do is just go into the freezer and warm it.
I'll take what you need.
Exactly. So we just have to do maybe cooking of rice and all those petty food. And I've always been of the school of thought that it's not just a woman's kitchen. A man can go into the kitchen. In fact, it's even more encouraging for a woman when she knows her husband is willing to go to the kitchen to make food. You know. Sometimes our wives can be tired. After going to work, take care of the kids, you know, still have to satisfy you in the other room. No?
You know why I'm laughing? Toby, can I share?
Share what?
There's a story I want to share.
You don't share my story yet.
Let me tell you how domesticated this guy is. He's asking. So, I know them so well. Tommy is so domesticated that the things Moji will not notice, Tommy will notice it. One of the domestic staff came and was trying to steal Ororo.
You remember? Jesus! That's how many years ago? That's some 6 years ago.
The lady was stealing.
Or 5 years ago, rather.
5 years ago. Tommy, let me tell you what Tommy did. Moji did not even pay. Do you know Moji was not at home. I think Moji just left. Tommy just kept quiet. I was watching the lady. You know, when I heard the story, I was like, oh my God, Tommy.
I've forgotten that story.
How can a man be so detailed to the point that he knows the level of granite oil in the house?
So, just to share that story a bit,
that
I think she was even new. We're trying to
get used to her.
And then I went to the kitchen. I just a glance, not like I intentionally went to know
check
where
on
this
her, yeah,
or know where anything was. But somehow I glanced, I saw the oil, and then later I went back to the kitchen, and I glanced at the oil, not intentionally. It was not the oil. I didn't say anything. I waited for my wife to come back, and then I told her, "Come, that oil in the kitchen has gone down." How do you know? I just know. Of which she knows, even if it's ekpa, but they put on the fridge. Once I look at it, I know where it is.
That's why I said.
If it goes down, I know. Even if it's milk. Once I look at it, if it has been touched, I will know. So everybody else knows that this man, not touching property, he go know. So she didn't believe. She didn't. Say it's oil. It's not possible. And then when the lady was going, she checked her bag.
No, you're forgetting the part that you brought it out and put it on the fridge.
Oh, fuck God, Jesus! I can't even remember that part. So for the lady to know that I've seen her, you, I put the oil.
Tommy took the oil from the kitchen, brought it to the sitting room and dropped it. This lady didn't think that Tommy, you know, average, you won't think that a guy knows this thing. Tommy brought it from the kitchen and dropped it in the sitting room. This lady, stupid lady, came to the sitting room, took it. You know, so Tommy just wanted to be sure that she wanted to steal that thing. Okay, so why I'm sharing this story is, that's just to tell you how much Tommy pays attention to certain things. It's not just about finance. It's not just about, do you understand? He really pays attention to certain things. That's why I say, how does it make you feel? You feel, I know you feel very comfortable, but there are a lot of people out there who feel, oh, as a guy, this is not what I should be doing. As a guy, those things don't concern me. But you see, I think there's this kind of relief when the woman knows that her husband is as good as she is when it comes to certain things. You're not
a couple like that.
So, a couple like that. I just feel that women, it's the same way.
You know the same couple.
Oh, I know them.
Ayoyinka and Toyosi Abolare.
So, and it's the same way a guy will be very happy if he knows that the wife can sort out things that have to do with electricity, generator, you understand, the car, maybe he travels. So he'll be comfortable that, even if I'm not around, my wife is able to sort out most of those things. So, and I think that's balancing. It's just fun. I personally think it would just be fun that each person knows that, this person got me and this person, things like that.
But sometimes, in order to get carried away, one party might get comfortable knowing that this party has got it. And then eventually that person starts to get tired. Come on, this guy thinks I can do everything. It doesn't even bother anymore.
But that's what we were saying, sharing.
Yes, I'm just calling that out.
Yeah,
To be
that out.
honest, he has a point. So my boyfriend cooks with me. In fact, once I enter the kitchen, he's behind me.
Okay.
Like, what should I do? He will ask me, like,
if not beside I know you, so you don't use juju hold this money. Because
he'll ask me, babe, what do you want me to do?
okay.
Like, let's just even assume I'm making fried rice, because I make fried rice every Sunday.
Okay.
If I tell you that he will stand and cut all the bell peppers, I'm serious. So he will stand, he will cut all of the bell peppers, wash the turkey, do everything. Do you understand? Now, when we started dating, I somehow kind of took it for granted. I'm not going to lie. Back then when we started, he used to wash my clothes.
You used to wash your clothes?
I'm not joking.
Madu.
especially my whites. He has a thing about whites. So he will never usually let me take my whites to the dry cleaner because he feels like they cannot do a good job. So most times, every other thing, you can, if you want to take it to dry
That's
cleaners
because your water is clean.
and all of that. But you see that particular one, he will soak my whites. He will go into the bathroom. He would wash it, take it to the balcony, spread it. He will still be the one to bring it inside. And guess what? He does that till this because my uniform is white and black. So my shirts, he washes my shirts, he irons my shirts. But when we started, at a point in time, just like he said, I took it for granted. And it was now becoming like, but I didn't understand where he was coming from. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, it's all about balance.
Which is what we're saying.
I'm literally very scattered though.
Oh, it shows.
I'm scattered. Like, if I take one thing, I won't put it back. Now, but I'm not dirty, which is why we can coexist, because my boyfriend is, in fact, I think maybe he has OCD for cleanliness, but luckily and thankfully, I'm not dirty. But if it comes to being scattered, and he picks up after me, for some funny reason, he has just learned to live with the fact that, this one, I can't change it, so let me just manage it. But then I don't try to misuse such privileges. So you see, when it comes to sharing of responsibilities and every other thing, it has to be between two willing parties.
Yeah.
It has to be between two willing parties that also know that for the fact that one partner is doing this doesn't mean that you should take it for granted or you should just wait for the partner to always keep doing those things. No, it doesn't work that way. You actually have to meet yourself right in the middle. When it comes to generators, right from small, I've always been very handy. When it comes to, I can service the generator. I really don't. I'm being very serious. I know, like my mom back then when we were small. My mom is a very handy.
Yeah, she was a single mom and she had to raise 2 kids.
My mom is my mom is very handy. It's so bad that my mom can go into a changeover switch, like a changeover box, and know what's wrong. Because most times, maybe when there's no light or something is wrong, her kids are in the house, there's no light, so she wants us to be comfortable. Do you understand? So I kind of learned all of that from my mom, how to change plug in generator, change engine oil.
Woman.
How to change.
Trust me, that's it's A person will know what he need.
Yeah, how to change plug, how to change all those things. So now once there's something wrong with the generator, unless maybe it's something complex, move the oil when the oil is black. Do you understand? Do all of those things. When my boyfriend is at home and NEPA takes lights, he's not a generator person. No. I will just go downstairs and go
Check.
on the generator. In fact, this night, he told me that he joke of the generator he has spoken.
You say so you go fix that.
So you see that's where the balance
Yeah.
comes in, because he's good at washing the clothes and doing all that, and then she's handy.
Yeah.
So if there's an understanding that, and I think these things just help. It helps every relationship. If you guys both understand that this is my strength, this is this person's weakness, it's not going to cause quarrel.
Do you know that when we started dating, the first thing he asked me is, when we get married, what are the things you will not do? The first thing I said, if you're expecting me to clean the house, I'm never going to clean the house. But if you get... Okay, so not because I don't know how to. So my allergies are very bad.
Sneezing and all that.
It's really, really bad. So I said, it's not because I don't want to, but I will not put myself in a situation to harm myself, and then I'll be feeling... That they talk say now, person will wear the shoe.
I know where the
Now I know where the pinch. So I know how it is when my allergies. So I told him, I said, I will never. You see, when it comes to deep cleaning, I'm not going to do it. But if we get somebody to actually clean,
you can supervise.
I can. And then I can manage the space. So maybe if somewhere gets just a bit dirty or there's a bit of tardiness, I can take care of that. But for me to do that deep clean, and then he understood. So guess what? On Saturday mornings, my boyfriend wakes up by 6 o'clock. Before I've woken up.
You don't do everything.
Like, I would probably wake up by 10. But then I realized it was taking a toll on him, because it's not nice to clean the entire house alone. So I now made it, the little ones, I will do them. So we'll do them. In fact, once you hear us blasting music on a Saturday, we're cleaning. So he would do like the major ones where you have like all those chemicals to clean towels, where the scents and the smell will actually disturb me.
Reminds me of myself in
And
the past.
all of them. So you see this thing, it takes two people to tango.
Which is what we're saying.
Yeah, I'm one of a believer that the woman doesn't have to always be on the receiving side. Now, I told Tommy something, I was like that. Most women, even me, I'm a believer that the man should do more. It's just the honest truth. But that doesn't mean because you believe the man should do more, that means you should not do anything.
No, you should compliment the guy.
If you do something,
he encourages the guy.
My point, and that was where I missed it the first time, early years of my relationship. I would just sit down and then my boyfriend is doing everything, and then in fact, it got so bad that I would eat, instead of me to wash the plate, I'll just dump the plate in the kitchen.
It's about to knock your head. That one was you know really not getting it. What is that? You never date person before. That's why you don't wash plates. All the people which you don't date before, they show a pepper. You now see who they wash plates. They do. They will spoil you.
He said, "I will punch you."
Now why you hold this on his time?
And then you can get sent for this one now.
What rubbish? What do you do? What do you mean? I'm a speck and a half. Don't test me.
No, come on.
When I was with Yemi, couldn't you? He knows now. Never mind. Never mind. No. But,
Okay, so yeah, so basically, it's just interesting how you see when people are sharing responsibilities. It just makes life easy, And then with that kind of relationship, I'm wondering what will now make those kind of couples. So, Toby, but you were sharing your story before I told you about the other nannies. So how do you cope with that, and how has it helped your relationship with your wife?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, going to work and come back after work and coming back to face all the things can be very tiring. But knowing that she's not coming back to do any of those stuff, she's just coming to rest, maybe probably come and play with the baby or just with me, gives her some sense of, what English can I use? Some sense of peace. She doesn't have to come and stress herself, So, it's been a wonderful journey so far, because, wherever he's hitting us in the butt, we're able to express this. Come on. You have to come and do this. So, guy, you have to come and do this. Talk. Or when you go and do that.
Because it will make it easy for the communication.
So where does respect and see finish come in? Because you now begin to see men say, that girl, they see me. You see the way...
see finish the entire.
So how we take... So is it from talking? Because sometimes I feel if you tell your boyfriend or your husband that, I bet they go, Jerry, what do they talk?
Okay, so...
Some people, they see them as insult.
It takes a real man to know. It takes a real man, so to speak, to understand that. And okay, you get to a level of relationship and you have a certain bond with your partner. That if your partner tells you, "I beg, Come on,
Like,
go see that.
anytime told me they lie. The word is, you they whine me.
Tell me, it's Madam Franca that see you finish. It's not even your
I
wife.
swear.
You know, right? So it took me a while to understand that you they whine me. So when I now started paying attention to
Anybody
you,
that miss you now, here's that you they want. Oh,
you they whine,
yeah, God.
if anybody just told me you whine me, you don't know to me is lying. Do you understand? No, but guess what? It's a very nice way of saying, I beg you, not keep me with lie. Do you understand? But again, it's a perfect understanding, you know, where you see two people, even if they lie, you know, they cause problem, you know, or stop to they bother me too much, take it easy on me, you know, things like that. And then with Tommy has a very funny way of the things he doesn't like. He has a very pleasant way of passing the message across. He go laugh small. When he laughs, he go just throw the tea. So it's a good thing to see. Do you understand? When you see couples act that way, you know, and it doesn't cause any kind of problem. So I'm wondering how people are able to live intense marriages where you're not able to smile. So for me, like my husband, if you see my husband outside, people that know my husband, they'll be like, how are you coping? Because my husband and that person will get that straight face, you know, always looking serious. But if you see how naughty my husband can be inside the house, you know, all those Jerry Springer, you know,
Jerry Springer show.
or not even some mothers do have them. You know, those kind of
Old, you know.
yeah. So those kind of jokes, those are the kind of things my husband can do in the house. You understand? But he doesn't take it outside. And sometimes you just see me laughing, you know, and I'm like, they don't know so you be agbaya inside house. I would tell him, and then he could be so funny that in fact, maybe he sees all those baboa, you know, those old people that have put something on their bum. He will not say, "Ha, Franca, look how your daddy was dancing during our wedding." You know, stupid and crazy things like that. You know, I go call and say I go report on to my papa. But guess what? Those are things that when you joke about, it just makes you feel comfortable with whoever you're dating. It doesn't mean issues will not come up. It doesn't mean you will have fights. But if you're able to have those moments, you understand, and after every fight you're able to go back to it, it just creates a very good relationship. You find that you know they remember the quarrel or the quarrel most times. Now the good times when they get, now you go remember.
Yeah.
But then was saying, how do people get to that point? Because sometimes they wonder whether some people date.
You know, for me, sorry to cut you short. For me, when I just said to my boyfriend, I said, you know what? I don't want somebody who's going to think of breaking up as an option. I'm not saying that we're going to marry now. I'm not even saying the relationship has to lead to marriage. But this is like, it was just a simple conversation when he was still asking me out. And this was like during COVID period. And I said, I do not want a situation where when something happens, you're going to start telling me that this. I just told him point blank that breaking up shouldn't be an option. Let's work towards it. And then I said to him that I don't want any man that will not love me even in their anger.
Okay, makes sense.
If a man can love you
Even when he's angry,
when he's upset, and a woman can love you when she's upset,
you really won't have serious problems.
trust me, because how the person would deal with you,
It's
the
different.
person might punish you, don't get me wrong, but it will come from a place of love than from a place of that extreme anger or hurt and all of those things. And that is one thing I was not prepared to deal with. So I said, you know what, I'm going to upset you. I even told him, I said, if I don't upset you, you better run. That means because I'm pretending. I'm trying to do everything to please you so that you probably marry me at the end of the day. I'm trying to behave that kind of cool woman that I am not. I said, but guess what? I'm going to upset you. You are going to upset me. But the only thing I ask is that, first of all, let's not think of breaking up. And number two, whatever it is, whatever I do, love me while you're still angry. I said, because if you can do that, we can walk through anything. And that's the honest truth.
Yeah, sometimes if from what I agree totally with what she said, because if you feel that way about someone, in fact, you find yourself laughing sometimes when the person they misbehave. So you know they get some kind of person good way supposed to verse you. You just look and they laugh. This one I really good, sha. You that's
I
how,
totally agree.
yes, you just look and say,
Maybe you talk say when you do. I and my wife with a para. We could just pause, just laugh.
And then continue.
Say all day.
oh, dead.
Then continue again.
No, but seriously, when you understand that, is this person okay? You just laugh, say, you know what? This one just they look for attention.
And I mean that continue go day heated though. But in the midst of it again, we will laugh again. Say, you the craze.
Yeah, you're laughing at each other.
Yes, because
Like,
it's stupid.
how
You
are
understand
we
when they
here?
worry you.
If you can get to that level of bond with your partner, trust me, it's not easy. But if you guys can work together and get to that level, a lot of things will not phase you.
Okay, but I think the older people, I think they carry a lot of burden. Maybe because the kind of relationship was different from. So I don't know about everybody, but I think our parents, it was just a few of them that really used to bond. You know that husband and wife thing. That it would only
Yes,
take a
sir.
woman.
Even me addressing husband as sir.
You understand?
creates a gap.
It creates a gap.
You
You
don't
know.
even really marry because of,
Love.
except for marrying because of children and companionship
Oh,
and
no, but let me tell you, my
all
papa
of
love my.
that.
You know what? No, see, my mom, if she's watching, forgive me. My mama, my papa love my mama die, but I think my mom takes it for granted. My mama might be the wicked person for my life.
She look like you. You look like a which one?
Oh, Tommy.
In the sense that,
No,
in the
I
sense that,
facial.
you know, my dad will call my mom morning, afternoon, night, and I'm like, in fact, everybody in my house is like, what is wrong with this man? Must you love this woman like this?
See, we see where you got your from. For your mom after.
Is it? Do you understand? My dad will call. Then when my mom doesn't pick up, my dad will now start calling all the children. Is your mom okay?
Oh, that's my father.
Do you understand? Is your mom okay?
That is my
and I'm
father.
like, leave this woman. She doesn't have your time.
That is my father.
My mom that told my daddy that go and marry second wife so that all this attention, all this wahala they give me, she calls it wahala.
If you marry,
Let
if you
your
marry am,
father
you think
try
say
it
she say she go fit take
My
him.
father,
Let
man-
your
but
dad
you know my
try
father
it.
said, you're a bad person. You want my children to abandon me.
Smart man.
Smart man. Because my mom was just plotting so that if he just try you know how mothers will just carry their children, say, okay, leave you to do what you... My dad. Oh, God. If you tell my dad something about my mom and tell my dad, don't tell this woman, he
You
will
go and
tell
tell
you
her.
yes. When they enter inside,
Yes, now.
everything you have said, you go download and my mom can come out the next morning and say, hey, you're the one that said, you see a Yoruba woman should do like this.
You go meet me for
You go
front.
meet me for front.
No, don't you know that the way to a man is through his wife? Yeah. Those kind of women, your mom, if you want to get to your father, they don't even need to come. You people, children, and you people are just by
don't
the side.
understand.
Just go and meet the mother.
Initially, we didn't understand. So we're always supporting my dad. But now, anytime my father calls, we say, Daddy, we're not there when you marry.
Simple.
I better go meet your wife.
Go and meet your wife. Because
And
my mother will
settle.
tell you, say, mother not put mouth for waiting, not consign you.
They will set on top of your head.
Yes. So, but what I'm even trying to say that, for me, I think my dad loves my mom more.
But you know that's the way it should.
I agree with you. That's the way it should be. But then when you speak to my mom will tell you, your father did this to
Really,
me
that's the way it should
25
be.
years ago. My
Yes.
mother will say,
You want to argue it?
What to say is I say,
The
you love
man
me
should.
more,
Yes, that's how it should be.
my mother will
Why
say,
though?
you did something to me 30 years ago. You did something to me 20. Mommy,
But guess what?
now you not do something.
If you want to see your mother's side, your mother's second side, do something against your father, then you will see the love that the woman has for him.
Ushu,
I'm telling you.
if you let me tell you, if we give my mama chance, you give my mama, go follow us do anything to my papa.
And I won't be that too.
No, not to
You'll
your
be
father's
shocked.
detriment. oh.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you want to, for women
Get
like
rude
that
or
mostly,
dirty him.
if you want to bring out the second side of your mom very quickly,
Try and bring him down.
Try and bring him down.
So you see the thing is, so when my mother would do when my father would come and say, Eji, buy me beer now. That's my father telling my mom, buy me beer.
She go where?
You go buy her.
no, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, but I just a quarrel now. So I just said, I not bring this one, thing come meet me at all. So they have a very
Strong bond.
strong bond.
Yeah.
Even my dad's younger brother and his wife, they're in America. In fact, they just came back from Mexico. My uncle is 70. And I'm asking him, which kind of groove you they go groove with your wife? He tells you this is the best time. Do you understand? To enjoy with your wife. The kids are all grown. So they're always going for holidays and things like that. And so when I see them, I'm like, if only people are sensible to understand that there's more to marry than everybody they quarrel. But there's a point where my uncle says that right now he just laughs.
There's a point you get to
Yes,
where
it's
you're
just
tired.
like, it's sometimes you go dress, the wife go say, see? My uncle is watching. See? Don't dress like that. He will say, Jesus Christ. In fact, the last time I was in the house, he wore one very nice cap and everything. The wife came, I'm going to report you to Franca. This your dressing. This your dressing. When he came, I was like, oh, uncle, you're looking smushy. The wife face got drop. Do you know what uncle said? Maybe you say Franca. Franca say it's fine. You don't finish. But you see, I was just laughing because there was this connection, there was this bond that, and they've been married for 40 years.
That's amazing.
Yes, they've been married for 40 years.
That's really, really amazing.
So you just see, my dad still wears my dad will not take off his wedding band. There's nothing you do in this life that will make my father take off his wedding band.
Yeah, sleep with him.
My dad will sleep, do everything with his wedding band.
See his head.
But he's always when I'm out, but to sleep with it.
My father, no. Everybody knows it's a holy marriage. Okay, so let's quickly go on a break. When we come back, we continue.
Stay tuned. Heartlines would be right back.
Life is made up of moments, some that lift us, others that break us. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space where we explore the beauty, the heartbreaks, and the incredible strength that every relationship brings into our lives. Friendship, marriages, partnerships, and everything in between.
Yes, say yes.
All the connections that shapes who we are today. Every week, we dive into the stories that define us. Stories of love, loss, heartbreaks, and healing. Real life stories from real people, just like you and I. Heartlines is where emotions meet understanding, and where we learn that we're never truly alone. Join me Mondays through Fridays at 9:30 p.m. for Heartlines, where we connect with every heart, one story at a time.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
Okay, so our phone lines are still open, and you can call us on 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420. This our conversation is interesting, but I think there are downsides to it. You see people that have been married for just 5 months, and everyone already scatter, even without children. And so is finance always the problem in marriages? Does it lead to certain kind of problem?
Why should it lead to certain kind of problem?
That's the question you and I will ask, because we have a different school of thought. But there are people that money must cause problem. So I don't want to sound like I'm saying this because I'm on air, or because I really don't think money should be a problem.
I agree with you.
No matter as the money be, just work within they give you.
I agree
Not
with
everybody go suffer am. If the man is being stingy and doesn't want to give you his money, and you not get, not to manage waiting he give.
This, let me remind you of this thing. It boils back to Mr. John.
Mr. John.
You remember Mr. John that wrote the letter?
Yes.
My wife
Yeah.
does not know how much I
Earn,
earn. He's scared
yes.
of telling his wife
Yeah.
how much he earns because
Yeah.
he feels
Like, if she gets to know about it, she will want more.
everything. For me, everything is all about understanding.
So I think that there are some women that go into marriage with a particular mindset. And don't get me wrong, it's not their fault. You know why? We hear a lot of things. I know what I heard about in-laws before I got married. I know what people have heard. Sorry, we have a caller. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm watching your program and I wanted to ask a question. I'm enjoying your show, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your
Okay.
question.
Yes, please. So I just wanted to say I'm enjoying the show, right?
Thank you.
My name is Chukuma.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a question for Tony.
Okay.
Yes. So she said something about when they started, he had an argument with his wife. They had a cook in the house and all that.
Okay.
So what about the event where um
Oh, we lost him.
We lost the caller. Please call back. Okay, so so I'm thinking, how and why should money be a problem? You were saying something about some women going into marriage with a mindset. Yeah.
Yes, and like I said sometimes it's not even their fault because it is what they've heard before even getting into marriage. There are people who they have told that be wicked to your mother-in-law. Yes, and that's from somebody else's experience. So trust me, anything that happens, maybe the mother-in-law comes and she's behaving in a certain way, say, oh, the one gets me. I must not let it happen. She's doing like Nollywood. They want to get me. I must not let it happen. And it destroys relationship. And then when maybe your father-in-law, your mother-in-law just says something, you read a negative meaning to what they have said. Same thing about money. Maybe you don't hear somebody when they had a bad experience and she now comes to say, don't let your husband give their in-laws money. Oh. You understand? Hello? Chukuma,
okay,
please,
so
are
I
you
was
back? Okay.
yeah, I was asking a question at that time before the
Okay,
network threw
sorry.
me out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
so Mr. Tommy said something that they started. He had a discussion with his wife, and then they decided to have a cook in the house.
Okay.
So, but my question is, in this age and time that we are in now, what safety measures, that you have to put in place in terms of gender of the cook, and then the fear of anything happening, just generally in the house. Because if you look at it now, the wife has to go to work, everybody is tired, the husband has to go to work because of the way things are expensive and all. So how do we manage that, bringing somebody in with all of these fears on ground? Or what would be his advice? I don't know if the question is straight or clear.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's straightforward. Yes.
it's a very clear question. I feel
Okay.
it's a very fantastic question, if I must say. Now, like I said earlier, there has to be understanding between the husband and the wife. Okay? When I say understanding, it needs to be trust. If the wife is willing to accept a cook in the house without having such thoughts about something like that going down, then they can go ahead. But if she knows the husband she's married to and she feels is that man who might be randy or try to get down with a cook, then they stay away from it. It's that easy. But in the long run, this is for the benefit of both the husband and the wife. But to crown it, yes, it's about trust between the husband and wife. If the wife is okay, if the wife is okay with it, good to go. If she's not, then don't go. Because for me, example, I'll never bring a male cook into my house because security one. If I travel, I'm not around. Never can tell what will happen. I have other workers in the house. I have kids in the house. I don't want to expose my family to such exposure because come on, you never can tell what these guys will think about. But if it's a lady to lady, no problem. Me as a man, I should be able to
Control yourself.
control myself. I mean, even before normal, I never even do pretty babe now cook one day. So.
Okay, thank you. So trust is the key word.
Yes,
That's
trust is
okay.
the key
Thank
word.
you so much. I'm enjoying your show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think from what you said,
I'll
Tommy,
answer that.
trust.
I think I
Oh
gave
yeah,
him-
I think you did well with that. Like I have a male cook because it's just me and my husband in the house. While my kids were growing up, I think I've been lucky with house. I told you I've been very lucky with helps. So when I started having helps, I had one person stay for 4 years, a lady, a small girl. And then after that, I had one person stay from 2007 to 2015. That's 8
That's
years.
a long time.
Yes. So at that time, my kids were already like grown up. So after that person left in 2015, I just had come and go. I didn't allow anybody live in my house. So by the time I last went to uni, that's when I now brought. In fact, okay. So when my daughter left, I started having male cooks because I'm practically.
I mean, you're the one.
Yeah, I was the only one in her. But my
then
husband.
but then you were petite. You didn't ever think for one that this guy can bundle you on.
But you don't sleep in my house. You sleep outside at the BQ. Yes.
We've seen cases where even people that sleep at the BQ get to rape or killed the madam in the
No,
house.
but no, it not be me.
I know they say it will be you.
Even woman
I'm
go
speaking
kill.
generally.
But woman go
The
kill
woman
too.
will kill, but except now
The
poison.
male can overpower you.
Yes, that's
where-
my point.
That's where
The
Tommy's
male
driving
can
at.
overpower you.
Yeah, male, but the woman can also do the same thing.
Overpower
So
me.
Men
Who's
cannot
talking about
overpower. A woman cannot overpower you, but you get some big. You get one.
You don't make any woman way born of woman go feel my power overpower me for my house.
It no go you. But me say it go big past me, so it go feel overpower me
Overpower
too.
you. Means I don't
Yes.
go put the same way big past my wife for house. It all comes down to that.
Oh no, but sometimes
It's what I
about-
will look out for.
Yes,
Because I'm
what
not
you
looking
look out
If
for.
I'm not around, can my wife take this person?
No, but your cook. That means your cook is how old is your cook?
Okay, the one that just left was 24,
Okay.
so young.
Okay. Okay. So
And then
me,
one
I
we've had that is quite old is on the older side, 50
Okay.
something. Obviously, a mother figure. So I wouldn't expect that to. And I won't give them a
But
sound
we
warning.
would assume. So trust me, this whole thing are just assumption because we really don't know anybody that has the any ulterior motives.
exactly.
Because, in fact, the last one I had, in fact, something strange. That's the first time that was happening to me. He came in for a test, and was supposed to. Usually, I tell them you come in for 2 weeks to do a test, and he came in for a test, and my mom was around, so I dropped money. I forgot the money there. And then maybe 3 hours later, I remember that, oh, this money is for my mom. My mom just came back. My mom was away for 6 months. So she came back and she wanted me to give someone the money. We started looking for money.
But I don't care.
Baba don't carry the money. And he just, do you understand? And it was just me, him, and my mom. But eventually, by the time we took him to the estate police station and everything came up. But guess what? If you see this guy, very unassuming.
Not them now.
Not them. You understand? By the time they searched,
It's the unassuming people.
yes, by the time they searched, they even saw those things. He used to check gold in his bag and all that.
He came prepared.
He came to steal. So that's how I even. That's how I even knew.
Gates men.
Yes. So even drivers.
Let me bust your head. Let me take us a bit away. My gate man, okay, I asked him to go and get gas. So we had transferred the money to his account, but unfortunately, he couldn't withdraw when he got there. So he had to call, so I had to make a transfer for where I was. But yeah, now, my 40K where I give you now. Bank get problem. Okay, no problem. 1 week passed. Guy, where my money now? Okay, sir, we'll get some. Following afternoon, he come to me, sir. I said, the hater boss, 40K, come on my pocket. I say 40K. 40K na paper. Where you gonna sleep? Come on your pocket.
The guy see your chest, you know.
So no, me, I don't. You know, guys. You know, sometimes when you're too calm,
Yeah.
you want to take it for granted.
Yes,
so sometimes you need to show weary, and that's something I've learned over time working with artisans. Good. Unluckily for him, my smart warrior, day by my side, she was driving out. Warrior say, tell him to go and bring his statement of account. Well, and when he brought the account, there was no place where he withdrew 40,000. Yeah, this idiot has been withdrawing the money 5K, 7K, 10K. I say, Ali, you are a stupid person. Where's the 40K? Guy come post straight for ground. I say, you are stupid. My neighbor say, chase him out. Say, if I chase him out, devil way we know, but that was devil way we know.
No, you go come out from his salary.
Before I'm doing that. So what I'm doing is I split the
But
salary.
you see, but you see,
on a
that's
monthly
that's
basis.
a very terrible thing because I would rather just come and tell you that I would rather him come say that, oh, I spent that money than
Please
for
take it
him
from
to
my salary.
lie that they stole the money. That means you can't trust him anymore.
Exactly. And I'm very careful with them.
Yes, so you see that's what he's done. You're very careful with, and I tell these people, all these artisans, every time that you see, you tell one lie, it just ruins everything that you have built over
Exactly.
the number of years.
I mean,
You know,
yeah, but you say you broke, I will give you money. Why you take my 40,000 naira?
you see you as Bobo now. You know, say you fat, you get chest.
Thank God for patience.
Michelle, why are you looking at his chest? You say he has chest.
So
Okay,
back
so
to
Michelle,
financial.
okay, yeah, financials, yes.
Yeah, so we're saying
Why is it a problem?
why is it a problem? So I think it's a problem when it has to do with mindset. Now let's
Mindset.
take for example,
John.
maybe a man or a man is not okay. Let's take from the man's point of view. Man is probably not earning as much as the man is earning, and of course he cannot do so much. And then luckily for some, we have good wives who will step in and fill in the space. But then, if a woman steps in and fill in the space, and then maybe she's feeling she's doing too much.
See, you see this thing, marriage, it's complicated because you say one thing, there's a different scenario. You say something else, there's a different scenario. I've seen where women step up. The minute they step up, there are some men, the minute they know you have money, it's a problem.
The moment some men
know
okay.
that you are able to take up certain responsibilities is a problem. Because they'll be like, where should they get money from? Either they want you to spend it or they start giving you certain responsibilities. I've seen women
really?
who...
Why you give certain...
But you see, that's the thing. Your mindset is different. I've seen women who say, my husband dare not know, say I feel afford this thing.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I personally feel it should be the woman's choice to want to help. But whilst helping, should not have resentments.
That's what
helping.
you're thinking.
Or
I
what
said
do you
that,
think,
Michelle, come in. What do you think? Have you not seen where women... What do you?
I'm listening.
You can't be listening. Who hold your mouth? The juju don't come.
I mean, she fall into that category.
No, but see, there are sometimes that I've seen where women say they do something. Maybe the husband doesn't pay back the money. So because of that, they are withdrawn. The man say, help me do this. There's some men that don't know how to pay back. Just the same way, so women, people like us don't know how to pay back.
Yeah, it's okay if you can't pay back. You're the wife. For most of thoughts, if you don't pay back, well and good.
So let me tell you what my husband would say. I borrow you once, you not pay.
No more.
I borrow you 2 times, you not pay. Don't come back. So do you know what I do now? I want to ask for big money again.
Change.
I go down and say, I beg quickly. I say, go look me. I say, guy. He knows I will give you when I get. When I get, not they come. Do you understand?
You know they give your husband money.
I said, when I get, I say, you know, I will give you back.
Oh.
When
you
I
give
get.
your husband money now.
My husband don't need my money.
Man, you know.
Big boy.
Look at you.
I'm proud to say that.
So for men who probably are still struggling, or for some reason...
I don't have a problem with giving.
Okay.
If I have to. So what I do with my husband is, he tells me to do certain things.
Okay.
But you see, I like the arrangement me and my husband we have. My husband like respect. So if you borrow money from you, go ask you, please, how much do I owe you? We're not a quarrel about that. And he go pay you. He go pay you the money when he owe you. Shishi, not the cupboard for inside. Which is why I'm very happy to
borrowing money.
To give. To do things.
That's not give, you borrowed. Because you collect them back.
No, that's why I said do things.
What kind of things did you do?
If you say, Frank, I'll go and fix it. Frank, I'll go do all those things now.
Okay, you go still collect your money back?
Yes, now.
Okay. So in case, now let's assume he couldn't pay back. Maybe he still has to do other things. He's not just as buoyant.
My husband
not your husband.
I know if he talk for another person, honestly.
Michelle, you went quiet. Are you okay?
I'm waiting for you people to feel.
Michelle, you want to share something? Speak. We hear you.
No, when it comes to money, right? For me, I can't love somebody without loving
money.
With the money, I don't know how to do it. That's just me personally.
What do you mean by you can't love somebody without loving the money?
No, without loving the person with money. Like meaning that if I love you, I love even with my money. All of us were there together.
You get. Even if it's not so buoyant, if she with her own money, she still loves him with her money.
Oh no, love has nothing to do with money.
No, that's the way she still loves him with her money, and she's willing to help him.
Once you love,
right?
Once you love somebody,
what I'm saying is,
yes,
it's not. I'm not putting love and money. No, I'm saying that financially, I would be there, which is why I'm making the statement that if I love you, I will love you. But
it's not just peculiar. That's my point. It's not just peculiar to you. There are people who there's no way you would actually love. Let's know what love means. Actual love. You cannot love without giving everything you have. That's true definition.
Not everybody.
But that's not true definition.
Jacinta sat here and said it that she cannot give somebody her money because of her past experiences.
What's your definition of love? That means she still they love with her head.
Loving is when you put a value on somebody.
So you don't understand.
Different angle.
Yeah, but you see, let me tell you the truth. If you love someone, depends on how much you love. So, but the definition of love that I know is that when you love somebody, you're not even thinking. Do you understand? You can everything you have at that point when that person comes to you, whether it's money, whether you have to put yourself first. just to help that person. You're not thinking. You would do it because of how you feel about the
You
person.
know do you know one thing I really like that you said? Your own definition of
Yes.
Some people feel that they love you even without giving you money.
But I'm now telling you that.
I'm not disputing, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that is right or wrong.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. You and I know that if you love somebody,
You
would
everything.
give everything.
Yes.
But some people do not come from that school of thought. Now, that doesn't mean that what you are saying is wrong.
Okay.
Right? When you love somebody, you're supposed to be there, so to speak, emotionally,
Financially, everything.
physically, and every other alley.
Oh, yes.
So to speak, you understand? When it comes to money, trust me, I'm not saying that I have, but trust me.
You just have to be there.
I would be there. Like, I cannot see my man going through stuff, and then I'm like, when I know that, if I can even do it for my friends, how much more someone that I say that I love, you understand? So when it comes to finances, people have hurt me because of that, but unfortunately, it doesn't change who I am. I would still be...
Also, people took advantage of that you.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I would still be the same person.
Oh, that you can't change.
I can't change who I am for nothing in this world. And I'm going to say because somebody hurt me, I'm going to... It's just the way I am. Financially, I would love you. In fact, I'm that kind of person that you don't even need to come and tell me to do anything around the house. Before you look left and look right, I've really done everything.
Yes, and then that's because you also are able to do it.
Yes, and I like the man I'm with. He will give me back. And I don't need to ask.
Thank you.
I can just sit one day.
But you see, Michelle, there's something you didn't say. As much as you're willing to give your money, I know, as much as you're willing to give your money, that's why you they like collect. If the man, you say?
Madam Franca, I do not know how to ask for money. Ask anybody that knows me.
See the way Tommy is looking at you.
At least in the 8 years I've known her, she never asked me for
don't
money.
know.
You're not her boyfriend.
I'm a friend.
You're not her boyfriend.
I'm a friend.
Madam Franca, I don't know how to ask.
I'm not a boyfriend. I'm a friend. You can ask a friend for
my
money.
first relationship that I was dating a guy when I was in Unilag. The first time I ever asked him for something, I think I needed 45,000 naira. Do you know how much the guy sent me? He sent me 300,000 naira. I said, I don't need 300,000. And that's because I was in a dire situation. He said the reason why he sends me the money was because that is the first time in 2 years I've ever put my mouth to asking for money. I feel that if you love me, you see me, I'm well taken care of. Obviously, it's money that maintains me. You should be able to do what you should do. I'm not going to ask you. At my age, I will never come and ask you for money to do my...
So if you're dating somebody that doesn't know how to give,
Madam Franca, I can never date any man that doesn't know how to give. I can never be with a man that is not kind. Simple. The moments we're getting
it's not important
to know,
to you.
It is very... For you to be kind, let me tell you why it's very important to me. Because if you were dating me, I cannot ask you, oh, baby, give me money to do my hair. Baby, give me money to buy things in the house. If
There's
it doesn't have, it's a different case.
We have to go.
Already?
These conversations are so... Okay, so we have to do this again. You know, we need to do this again, please. So you can call us, you can send a message to us on 081 8038 46. I don't like to rush. 4663. I don't know why it seems like we did never have time to continue to end our conversation. Please follow us on all our social media platforms. YouTube at Official Upgrade TV, and then you can send us email at council@vodaconsult.com. We don't have time. Plenty things I want to say, plenty things Michelle wants to say, plenty things I want to say. I will cry. We'll continue again. See you tomorrow. Thank you.